Hi, today I'm doing a little video that's just so weird for me because I really just took the camera, the tripod, and put it there. So don't think about what's all around because I haven't thought about it. I was just like recording. But today I want to film a video about a current reflection that I just recently had. Um, for those who know, I'm currently in a eco community in the middle of the Italian mountains, and so a lot of emotions are coming to me. A lot of emotions like come to my mind and are released. So it's pretty like frequent for me right now to have like very deep down reflections on myself. Things comes like so easily to me in this place for no for like different reasons. And 2 days ago it was like time for me to have dinner with the community, and after that we were doing like a bonfire all together, and I really felt very heavy. Like I felt um, just before that we did a hike, and I think I was like tired and at the same time in a very mental clarity, and I just realized that I'm just so into um, thinking about what people will think of me all the time, because I was sitting at the table being with like 30 other people, and all I can think about was actually how can I stand so people have a good impression of me? How can I laugh? What kind of conversation should I have to give a good impression? Like, at what moment should I stand? Like, all those things. And it just like hit me in the face at that moment that everything that I'm thinking about when I'm just living my life is actually what people think of me instead of what I actually really want to do. And when it hit me, it was so strong because I realized that every single second of my life when I'm with other people, all I can think about is what those other people will think of me in all my interactions. So everything that I say, everywhere that I look, the way I stand, like my actions, everything. And it's just so scary because as a person who did like a lot of self-reflection and a lot of self-development on myself, I know that for the big decisions on my life, so choosing my studies, choosing where I want to travel, choosing my partner, choosing my life, basically, like those huge life decisions, I really don't care. I really don't care about what other people will think, because I know that's my life, and that I know that it's very important. So I really don't care about what other people think. Maybe I will like think about what they can think, but I will never consider that in choosing what I want to do. So because I was not considering other people opinions on those important life decisions, I was really thinking that I was somebody that was not caring about other people's opinion. But actually, I'm just realizing that every single second of my life, when I'm with other people, I care so much about what people can think. Like to take a small decision, such as what I will, not what I will wear, but like, yeah, the way I stand, like what I do precisely when I am with other people, to take those very small decisions instead of asking myself, okay, what I want to do, the first thing I will ask myself is, okay, what should I do? Like, depending on other people gaze at me. And I don't know if it's clear, and I don't know if you can relate to that, but I think we can all relate to that. That's why I'm making this video, and I feel so vulnerable talking about that because it seems so superficial, so stupid, because we all know that people don't care. We don't care. Like, I know it so well. I'm the first person that will say to you that people don't care, that we don't have to think about what other people can think of us, because nobody cares. Nobody give a shit. Nobody give a fuck. Like, I don't even know what's the expression, but you understand. Like, for real, nobody cares. Like, when I'm thinking the opposite of like me, do I think about how the people in front of me are standing? Do I think about how the people are eating? Do I think about like at what moment they stand up? Like, of course not, because we are all so self-centered that we don't even think about like judging the person in front of us. We don't even think about like all these small gestures. So first, people don't care. We don't look at every single gesture of people. Secondly, if somebody is judging you, is giving like think something of you, firstly, we will never know what this person think, and you cannot it's very hard to um, to absorb this idea, to fully understand this idea. But actually, whatever you will do, people will have an opinion on that, and it's not your responsibility. Whatever you will do, it will not have an impact on what the people think of you. Let me explain. People are just mirror. You are just a mirror to other people. What triggers people are things that are personal to them. I will give an example. For example, if I wear something like very extravagant, something like very, very huge, like with a huge personal style, I can go in a room and for exactly the same outfit, one person will think, oh my god, like, will be so triggered in a negative way and will think like, oh my god, who she thinks she is, like, that's so extravagant, I hate it. But because this person is probably insecure about her own style, her own like ability to wear whatever she wants. So it's not because what you wear, but because she's not able to do the same for her. So with the same outfit, the person next to her can think like the total opposite of being like, oh my god, yes, queen, like, you slay. So it really depends on the person's background, on the person's inner world. Like, you can have exactly the same thing and people will react and will think different things of you. So what people think of you do not depend on what you do. It depends on their inner world. So people don't care. And if people care, you cannot influence what they think of you. So you can do like, you can think always about like, oh my god, I want them to like me, I want to give a good impression. Like, you can never know if you do a good impression. Like, you can never know, because it all depends on every people inner world. So we don't know. And third, like, we don't have to care. Like, I don't know, even if people like give a positive or a negative opinion on you, like, we don't even have to care, because that's their life, that's their opinion, that's my life, that's my opinion. And that is so sad, to actually think that we care more about what other people think rather than my own opinion and what I actually really want to do. And most of the time, people will have an opinion on you, and those people, you don't want to have their life. You don't want to be. You don't want to have their personalities. So don't listen. It's just like not useful to listen to opinions of people who are not the people you want to become, if it makes sense. So for the very logical parts, it's just so shitty to try to think about people's opinion. And actually, I was really thinking that I got it because, as I said, like I did a lot of self introspection and stuff like that. And also, a book that really helped me is the Fourth Agreement. I think it's the name of it. And one of the agreements is actually saying, "Oh, don't try to think about what people think of you." I don't have the correct like translation in English because I read it uh, back in the days in French. But yeah, like ne fais pas de suppositions sur ce que les gens pensent de toi in French. So basically, like you don't have to care about what people think of you because you never know. You never know, and even if you try to know, like we don't care. Like it's not important to think about what other people think of us. So actually, when I read this book, it fully made sense to me. Fully made sense. So since that day, I never took a life decision based on what I think that people will think of me. But I was not aware that I'm trying to think all the time about what other people think. So during this night, as I told you, like 2 days ago, was it 2 days ago, when I had this realization of actually, I'm not living my life, I'm just trying to figure out what other people think of me, it hit me so hard that I was like, it just released something from me. I tried to release this impression, and on the small moments in which I decided to actually like breathe, be in my body, and stop thinking about what people can think, I started living like small things only for me, and I felt so grounded. I felt like rooted, grounded, heavy because they were like something that has been released, and I was feeling that I can be fully myself. Like, and the thing that was very, very disturbing at this moment when I realized that is that every time I was thinking that, oh my god, should I do that? What people will think? I was trying to delete this thing and to replace it by what do I want to do in that specific moment. And most of the time, I don't know. I don't even know what I want because I have never asked myself, what do I actually want in small things? In life decisions, I know what I want. But in very small gesture, like going to a certain place at a certain moment, joining some people, deciding to do that or that, I don't know what I want because I never asked myself, and I always followed the what should I do instead of what I actually want to do. So what it was very disturbing to just like observing that I don't even know what I want because I never asked myself what I really want to do. And when I was asking myself, okay, what do you want to do, like you really want to do, I really felt that this thing of never knowing what I want comes from my childhood because I have a little brother who's younger than me, and as the older sister, I always had the role of like being the model, and because my little brother was smaller than me, he was the one like always needing attention, always asking for things and stuff like that. And because of that like apparent little chaos, as a kid I didn't want it to add chaos on top of this chaos. So I was just like asking for nothing. Like if my parents were not offering me the question, I will never ask. Like something very, very idiot and very ridiculous is, for example, like when we were in holidays, like visiting a place or something like that, my brother will always ask like, oh my god, can I have a gelato, can I have a churros, can I have that. He was asking like all the time, and of course that my parents had to refuse like most of the time and say yes to other moments. But because my brother was asking maybe too much, I when I wanted one, I was never asking. So I really have this memory of like never asking. Like I think in my life I never asked my parents for a gelato, or like why do I say gelato? I'm in Italy, that's why I say gelato, but like for an ice cream or a crepe or something like that, I never asked, because for me like my brother was already asking too much, so I didn't want it to add my own um, not needs but my own desires on top of that. And that's a stupid example, but that's the same thing for everything. Like for example, when we were eating, because my brother can be like, oh, I don't like that, I don't like that, I will never say when I don't really like something, I will always say, oh no, that's good, because I didn't want it to add like another complication into the situation. I don't know if it's clear, but I think like maybe you can maybe relate if you have like siblings. So yeah, I know that by growing up, I never asked. I never asked my parents for small things, even for bigger things. Like it was either them offering it to me or my brother asking for it, so I will also receive it. So I think that's because I have really shut in myself all the time. Like when I wanted something, I was like, don't say it, don't ask for it, because it's already like too much going around. That I did it like for so long that now I don't even have the reflex of asking myself what I want. And when I try consciously to ask myself, okay, what I actually want right now, I don't even know, because I never asked myself before, and I have never been asked before. Um, so yeah, that's my current reflection. So what I'm currently doing is actually like every single morning I try, that's hard, but I try to put the intention on the day to do things for myself and stop doing things depending on what I think that other people think of me. Um, yeah, just doing that. And during the day, because I live in community, I'm with people all day, so I have to be aware of that all day. I totally see that my first reflex is to actually think about other people's opinion instead of asking me what I want. And every time I catch myself doing that, I try to breathe, release these thoughts, and to actually be like, okay, no, cancel that. What do you want? What do you truly want? And don't even try to think about what other people think of you. Like, what do you truly want? And I will do it. And most of the time that's hard, because as I told you, like nothing comes to me. I'm just like, I don't even know what I want. But sometimes I have a clear answer, and when I have a clear answer, I'm doing it. And it's basically like getting comfortable with things that I want to do that I was not comfortable of doing before. Like basically, we are doing some woman circle in this community, or like sharings a lot of time. And I know that, for example, at some point when I feel like uncomfortable sitting down, before I will not even move, because I will be like, oh, people will think it's like unpolite of changing position. And yesterday I realized that I was thinking that, so I was like, no, actually, I'm uncomfortable sitting like that for 30 minutes. I'm changing position. That's all. And it seems like so stupid that I'm like, I really hope that some people feel the same, because it feels so stupid when I say it, but that's the way I feel. And I'm trying to allow myself to actually do things that I was not allowing myself to do before. So if you relate to this feeling, to what I tried to explain, leave a comment on what you think of this subject and how you feel, because actually I feel very alone in that. When I say it out loud, it seems so stupid that it could be so great if you feel the same thing to talk about it in the comments, so I will feel less alone. And yeah, see you soon in another video. Probably that I will make other videos on this topic or related topics, because I will see like my progress on this and make some video about it. So yeah, thank you. See you.